All right, man. Let's talk about excuse me. Let's talk about Dan Campbell. Does he have clock management issues for the Detroit Lions? And obviously, he was right. He was had a problem going for it on fourth down and taking some people believe unnecessary chances on fourth down. Sometimes he had issues with uh just being too aggressive, and now clock management is coming up as being an issue now. I mean, there was a couple things down the stretch of that game in which he made an issue on. I mean, the last drive where they had the ball, um, passing the ball and not running the clock down as far as possible. I mean, literally, even before they reviewed that my Rob play and put 11 seconds back on the clock, in hindsight, that hurt the Lions. They should have kept the 11 seconds on there, but they could have run that 11 seconds off. You know what I'm saying? And NFL teams have figured out Jared Goff can't handle the blitz, and Ben Johnson has done a great job as far as counteracting that as best as he can. With the soldiers he got, obviously, the safety yesterday, not having two starting guards in there, and him taking that safety and not getting that ball away. But down the stretch, that third down, throw to DJ Shark. That's just Jared Goff, and all in the shit. In a nutshell, that's him. And to be honest, with them bringing that type of blitz, probably what you wanted to call was a high percentage screen pass or high, to the receiver or to the back. I mean, but in hindsight, that still was the right play call. It was in hindsight. DJ Shark was catching the ball all game. He beat his man off the line, and it was a touchdown. Simple as that. It was that game would have been over. It was a touchdown. But then the thing about it is, it ain't like you got Mahomes over there or Josh Allen over there, Jared Goff. He got scared of getting hit and taking the sack. In hindsight, um, it is what it is. You forced Buffalo to lose a couple of those timeouts, and they didn't do that. They didn't do so. And then he doesn't ice the kicker. And I continue to tell y'all guys, it's just, when you go get somebody that's not a top candidate, even if you get a top candidate, right? Clock management. Clock management is something that you got to learn, bro. Clock management, you're not going to get the perfect, it's nobody the perfect candidate. It's certain things that these guys got to learn as they go. He learned to stop being so aggressive, right? And, let's see if he can get better at clock management. Ben Johnson, the next two hurdles that he got to go through. There's two hurdles that he got to go through to being, a top defense offensive coordinator. And one of them is next year when teams are prepared for what his playbook entails, can he make an adjustment next year? But the top thing with Ben Johnson is he has to learn how to preserve a lead. And you just continue to run the ball. It's as simple as that. You continue to run the ball. That's it. You continue to run the ball, and he ain't, he's getting, he's just throwing the ball too much. Simple as that. He's throwing the ball way too much. Predictable on first down, predictable on second down. They're going to throw it on third. A couple times in there where they ran the ball on third and draws and stuff of that nature. And, nice play. Nice play. But nonetheless, a lot of coaches deal with clock management. Scott has won Super Bowls that's mismanaged the clock. Should they, give him help as far as managing the clock? I mean, you got to learn from his mistakes. You get down there versus anybody, you want to take as much time as the clock if you can, or you want to make them use as many timeouts as possible. Yesterday they didn't do that. Yesterday they didn't do it. You know, and you had 2 or 3 timeouts to use. So I mean, that's the thing about it. When you throw the ball on third down in that situation, guess what? If Buffalo burn a timeout, that could be the difference in them, the game-winning field goal. Pressure is a mud. You put the right amount of pressure on the team, they start to do bozo head things. I mean, you can blame the kicker all you want to. But next thing, evolution for this team, other than getting healthy and development from their coordinators, to keep getting better, is preserving the lead. And one way you preserve a lead is you come in with a game plan and you stick with it. You run the ball. But it's something that's totally correctable. And that's something that he got to get better at, is managing the clock. It's been a few times in his first couple of years where he mismanaged the clock. Timeouts should have been used. Should have iced the kicker. You know what I'm saying? Should have ran the ball. It's time to be aggressive, and it's time not to be an aggression. Is it a problem? Absolutely. And down the stretch of this end of this year, it's something that needs to be corrected before you head in 2023. It's non-negotiable. It needs to be corrected. And I believe it is correctable. Once you manage, game management, that's pretty much what a coach is. It's game management. It's clock management. And once you manage that part of it, it's pretty much a wrap. Now it's just pushing the right buttons when they need to be pushed. But offensively, they dialing up some really good stuff. But at the end of the day, the bread and butter is the run game. And that's no matter who you bring in next year, if it's Lamar, if it's, Jared Goff, if it's CJ Stroud, if it's Bryce Young, whoever it is. The bread and butter is going to continue to be a run game, because whether it's rain, sleet, snow, hail, run game travel. Whether it's the fall game at Soldier Field, run game travel. It's going to be times where you can't pass the football. The run game will travel. He should have iced the kicker. That's something that nobody really talking about. He should have iced the kicker. They should have forced Buffalo to use some timeouts. But, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all our notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. Well, assuming Spotify, Anchor only. Appreciate that. But let me know what you girls and guys think. Appreciate the love, support. One time, so you got the trend line. Stop putting this more videos like this. Peace.